Welcome to Mind Fuel Audio, the channel where we ignite your potential, one thought-provoking audiobook at a time. If you're here, you're ready to fuel your mind, expand your horizons, and embrace ideas that can transform your life. Today, we dive into the timeless classic The Magic of Thinking Big by David J. Schwartz. This book isn't just about positive thinking, it's about thinking bigger, dreaming without limits, and taking practical steps to achieve extraordinary success. Dr. Schwartz argues that success is not reserved for a select few with extraordinary talents. It's for those who believe in their ability to succeed, think boldly, and act decisively. Through relatable examples and actionable principles, this book challenges us to overcome fear, banish excuses, and cultivate the mindset of a true achiever. At Mind Fuel Audio, our mission aligns with this powerful message. Just as this book encourages you to think big, we're here to inspire and empower you to pursue greatness, without the distractions of visuals or music. So, sit back, relax, and let's explore the magic of thinking big, one idea at a time. Get ready to supercharge your thinking and unlock the potential of your mind. Part 1, Believe You Can Succeed. In Part 1, Believe You Can Succeed, Dr. David J. Schwartz emphasizes the fundamental idea that success begins with belief. He argues that belief in oneself is the foundation of all achievement, and if you don't believe that success is possible for you, you've already defeated yourself before you even begin. The key takeaway here is that thoughts shape our reality, and by changing the way we think about ourselves and our potential, we can alter the trajectory of our lives. The power of belief, how thinking shapes success. Schwartz opens by discussing the power of belief, stressing that it is not talent or luck that separates successful people from those who are less successful. Instead, it is the belief that one can succeed. Belief in oneself fosters an attitude of possibility and optimism, while doubt and fear create self-imposed limitations. He uses the example of two individuals with the same qualifications but different mindsets. One believes in his ability to succeed, while the other doubts his potential. The one who believes in himself is far more likely to act confidently, take risks, and overcome obstacles, while the one who doubts himself will retreat in the face of challenges. The book suggests a simple yet profound concept: if you believe you can, you're already halfway there. This principle applies not only to major goals, but also to everyday situations. For instance, if you approach a challenging task believing you can handle it, you're more likely to persist and find solutions. On the other hand, if you approach it with doubt, you're more likely to fail before you even try. This sets the stage for the core principle of the book: big thinking leads to big results. Overcoming negative thinking. Schwartz explains that many people sabotage their chances of success due to negative thinking. He introduces the concept of the thought control, encouraging readers to actively manage their thoughts and replace negative ones with positive, empowering thoughts. This is not about blind optimism, but rather about choosing to focus on solutions and possibilities rather than obstacles. He offers a specific piece of advice: don't let your mind be a dumping ground for negative thoughts. Schwartz highlights that negative thoughts are often a result of external influences, like the opinions of others or societal conditioning, rather than our inherent capabilities. He encourages individuals to be conscious of what they feed their minds, just as they would be careful about what they feed their bodies. By filling our minds with positive affirmations, constructive ideas, and belief in ourselves, we can reprogram our thinking to align with success. The role of the subconscious mind. Another core concept in Part 1 is the idea that our subconscious mind plays a pivotal role in shaping our lives. Schwartz argues that the subconscious does not distinguish between positive and negative thoughts. Whether we think we can succeed or whether we think we will fail, the subconscious works to bring those beliefs into reality. Schwartz calls this the law of attraction, noting that the things we think about most often are what we attract into our lives. If we focus on failure, we tend to find ways to fail. But if we focus on success, our subconscious works tirelessly to make success a reality. This means that in order to change our external circumstances, we must first change our inner dialogue. The more we tell ourselves that we are capable, the more our subconscious will act in alignment with that belief. He also discusses mental visualization as a powerful tool for success. He advises readers to visualize their goals as if they have already achieved them. By mentally rehearsing success, the brain starts to believe in the possibility of achieving those goals, making it more likely that we will take actions aligned with that belief. The practice of visualization creates a positive mental image, which motivates us to act with confidence and clarity. Practical ways to build belief in yourself. Schwartz offers a series of practical steps to help individuals build belief in themselves and set the stage for success. Some of these strategies include affirmations. By repeating positive statements about our abilities, we begin to reinforce our belief in ourselves. Schwartz emphasizes that affirmations should be specific and personal. For example, instead of saying, "I am successful," one should say, "I have the ability to handle any challenges that come my way and succeed." Set high expectations. People who set high expectations for themselves are more likely to succeed than those who set low or mediocre goals. Schwartz stresses that aiming high encourages growth, while settling for less often leads to complacency. He shares examples of successful individuals who started with big, bold goals and achieved them because they refused to accept mediocrity. Surround yourself with positivity. The people around us can have a tremendous impact on our mindset. Schwartz recommends surrounding ourselves with those who are supportive and who believe in our potential. This is especially important because negative people can drain our energy and cloud our judgment. A positive environment can foster self-belief and encourage us to take bold steps toward our goals. Take action. Belief in oneself is not just about thinking positively, it's also about acting decisively. Schwartz emphasizes that action reinforces belief. When you take action, even if it's small, you begin to see results that confirm your belief in your abilities. This builds momentum and further strengthens your self-confidence. Part 2. Cure yourself of excuses. In Part 2, Cure Yourself of Excusitis, Dr. David J. Schwartz tackles the excuses that hold people back from achieving success. He introduces the concept of excusitis, which he describes as the failure disease. Schwartz explains that excusitis is a mental condition that causes individuals to justify their lack of success by relying on a range of excuses, such as poor health, lack of opportunity, or unfavorable circumstances. This part of the book focuses on how these excuses are self-imposed barriers that prevent individuals from reaching their full potential. The impact of excusitis on success. Schwartz begins by describing how common and harmful excuses can be. He states that excusitis is not only a mindset but also a habitual way of thinking that deeply impacts how people approach their goals and ambitions. Many individuals believe that they cannot achieve great things because of their perceived limitations, but in reality, it's not the circumstances that limit them, it's their mindset. Schwartz goes further to explain that excuses are a defense mechanism that people use to protect themselves from facing the hard work or discomfort of striving for something better. These excuses serve as a rationalization for inaction. The individual who is afraid of failure or doesn't want to exert the effort will create an excuse, making it seem like their lack of success is beyond their control. The book highlights how people often give external reasons, such as bad luck, difficult family situations, or the economy, as explanations for their lack of progress. However, Schwartz emphasizes that internal reasons, like self-doubt and a lack of initiative, are often the true culprits. Types of excusitis. Schwartz categorizes excusitis into different types, each representing a different form of self-deception that prevents people from taking responsibility for their success. These include health excusitis. One of the most common forms of excusitis is blaming health problems for not achieving success. People often believe they are too sick, too tired, or too weak to pursue their goals, and this belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Schwartz argues that while physical health challenges can be real, the key is not to let them dominate our thinking or prevent us from moving forward. Age excusitis. Another form of excusitis occurs when individuals use their age as an excuse for why they can't start a new venture or change their life. This excuse can apply to both younger people, who feel they are too inexperienced, and older individuals, who believe they are too old to make changes. Schwartz makes the point that age is not a barrier to success, and many people have achieved greatness at various stages of life. Luck excusitis. Many people blame their lack of success on a perceived lack of luck. They may believe that others have been more fortunate or that success is merely a matter of being in the right place at the right time. Schwartz counters this by pointing out that luck is often the result of preparation meeting opportunity. He encourages readers to take action rather than waiting passively for luck to strike. Education excusitis. A common excuse for lack of success is lack of formal education. Many individuals use the belief that they don't have the right degrees or credentials to justify their inability to pursue their goals. Schwartz argues that education is important, but it is not the only factor that determines success. Self-education, experience, and the willingness to learn and adapt are far more important in the long run. Environmental excusitis. People often claim that their environment, their social circumstances, upbringing, or surroundings, is responsible for their lack of progress. Schwartz emphasizes that while environment does play a role, it is not the defining factor of success. People can rise above their circumstances with determination, resourcefulness, and a clear vision of what they want to achieve. The consequences of excusitis. Schwartz makes a powerful argument that excusitis is a disease that robs people of their potential and keeps them stuck in mediocrity. He explains that when individuals make excuses, they are effectively surrendering control of their destiny. The more excuses they make, the more they reinforce their victim mindset, which leads to a cycle of inactivity, low self-esteem, and frustration. He introduces the concept of the success disease, which is the opposite of excusitis. People with the success disease are action-oriented, and they approach challenges with the belief that success is possible regardless of the obstacles. Rather than making excuses, they look for ways to make things happen, and this proactive mindset often leads to breakthroughs. Breaking free from excusitis. The key to curing excusitis is personal responsibility. Schwartz emphasizes that the first step in overcoming any excuse is to take responsibility for one's actions and outcomes. He explains that by acknowledging the power of choice, individuals can start to take ownership of their circumstances and stop blaming external factors. One of the most powerful strategies Schwartz recommends is to replace excuses with a solution-oriented mindset. When faced with an obstacle or challenge, instead of saying, "I can't because," individuals should reframe the thought to, "What can I do to overcome this?" This shift in thinking is crucial for breaking free from excusitis and creating a mindset that is focused on growth and solutions. Additionally, Schwartz suggests that self-affirmation is an effective tool for countering excuses. By regularly reminding oneself of past successes and capabilities, individuals can start to reinforce their belief in their own ability to overcome obstacles. Confidence is built through small victories and a refusal to accept excuses. Examples of overcoming excusitis. To illustrate how overcoming excusitis works in practice, Schwartz shares numerous real-life examples of people who faced difficult circumstances but succeeded because they refused to accept excuses. He tells the stories of entrepreneurs, athletes, and business leaders who achieved success through sheer willpower and the belief that they were capable of overcoming any challenge. These examples serve as inspiration for readers, showing them that if others can overcome adversity, so can they. Part 3, Build Confidence and Destroy Fear. In Part 3, Build Confidence and Destroy Fear, Dr. David J. Schwartz focuses on two of the most powerful emotions that shape our behavior, fear and confidence. Fear, according to Schwartz, is one of the biggest barriers to success. It prevents people from taking action, pursuing their dreams, and reaching their full potential. On the other hand, confidence is the fuel that propels individuals forward and enables them to overcome obstacles, take risks, and achieve their goals. This part of the book is about developing the confidence to act boldly and eliminating the paralyzing effects of fear. The nature of fear. Schwartz begins by explaining the nature of fear and how it holds people back. He asserts that fear is largely an illusion, a mental construct that we create in our own minds. Fear thrives on uncertainty and imagination, often causing us to overestimate the danger of a situation. In fact, many fears are based on things that never actually happen. For example, people fear public speaking, not because it's inherently dangerous, but because they imagine embarrassment, failure, or rejection. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of looking foolish, all of these fears are based on imagined outcomes, not actual reality. Schwartz explains that fear can take many forms, but it always boils down to fear of the unknown. We fear what we cannot control, and this fear keeps us from venturing outside our comfort zone. The more we focus on these fears, the stronger they become, creating a vicious cycle that holds us back from action. Fear can paralyze decision-making, prevent us from pursuing opportunities, and limit our potential. How fear affects decision-making. The book also discusses how fear can influence decision-making. People often make poor decisions because they act based on fear, rather than confidence. For instance, someone might hesitate to take on a new challenge because of a fear of failure, or avoid a job opportunity because they fear they aren't qualified enough. Schwartz argues that these kinds of decisions are often based on a distorted perception of reality. When you make decisions driven by fear, you limit your options and reduce the chances of success. Fear tends to cloud judgment, making everything seem more daunting than it really is. Schwartz advises readers to recognize fear for what it is, an emotion rather than a fact, and to learn how to manage it. He notes that while fear is natural, it is not something to be avoided, but something to be faced and conquered. The key is to move forward despite the fear, and in doing so, you gradually weaken its hold over you. Building confidence, the power of positive thinking. The next key concept Schwartz explores is the power of positive thinking in building self-confidence. He emphasizes that confidence is not something we are born with, it is something that can be developed. One of the first steps to building confidence is to change the way you think about yourself and your abilities. If you constantly tell yourself that you are capable and worthy of success, your confidence will grow over time. Schwartz introduces the idea of the success formula, which is grounded in positive thinking. According to this formula, success begins with a positive attitude, which leads to positive actions, and ultimately, positive results. He stresses that confidence does not come from the absence of fear, but from the ability to act in the face of fear. The more you take action despite your fears, the more your confidence will grow. Schwartz recommends several specific techniques for cultivating a positive mindset. Think success, not failure. One of the most important steps in building confidence is to shift your focus from failure to success. Instead of imagining what could go wrong, think about what could go right. This mental reorientation helps to remove the paralyzing power of fear and empowers you to take bold steps toward your goals. Visualize success. Visualization is a key tool for building confidence. Schwartz encourages readers to visualize their goals as already achieved. By doing so, they begin to create a mental image of success, which strengthens their belief in their ability to succeed. The more vividly you visualize success, the more real and achievable it seems. Affirmations. Another powerful technique Schwartz suggests is the use of positive affirmations. Repeating affirmations like, "I am capable," "I am worthy of success," or "I can handle this," helps to reprogram the subconscious mind and reinforces a confident mindset. By affirming your strengths and abilities, you reinforce your belief in yourself. The role of action in building confidence. While positive thinking is important, Schwartz stresses that action is the true catalyst for building confidence. He explains that confidence is not something that magically appears, it grows through action. The more you act, the more competent and confident you become. When you take action, even if it's a small step, you begin to prove to yourself that you are capable of success. Schwartz uses the example of people who are afraid of public speaking. He explains that the best way to overcome this fear and build confidence is to simply speak, even if it's in front of a small group. Over time, the individual will become more comfortable, and their confidence will grow as a result of their repeated actions. In this section, Schwartz also discusses the importance of starting small. Many people hesitate to take action because they believe their goals are too big or too overwhelming. Schwartz advises breaking down large tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. By taking incremental actions, you can build momentum and gradually increase your confidence as you accomplish each small step. The confidence action cycle. Schwartz explains that confidence and action create a virtuous cycle. The more action you take, the more confident you become, and the more confident you become, the more action you take. This positive feedback loop builds upon itself, creating a sense of momentum that propels you forward. For example, someone who wants to start a business but is afraid of failure may feel uncertain about the first step. However, once they take the first step, such as researching their market or writing a business plan, they start to feel more capable and confident. This newfound confidence encourages them to take the next step, and so on, until they've built a successful business. Conquering fear of failure. Schwartz also addresses the fear of failure, one of the most common fears that prevent people from taking action. He points out that failure is not something to be feared, but rather something to be embraced as part of the learning process. He advises readers to change their mindset toward failure by seeing it as a stepping stone to success, rather than as something to be avoided at all costs. Rather than fearing failure, Schwartz encourages individuals to expect failure as a natural part of the journey. Every successful person has faced setbacks, but what sets them apart is their ability to persist and keep going despite failure. Failure is not final unless you allow it to be. Schwartz teaches readers to reframe failure as feedback, a way to learn and improve. Part 4, Attitude and Leadership. In Part 4, Attitude and Leadership, Dr. David J. Schwartz emphasizes the transformative power of attitude in shaping both personal success and the effectiveness of leaders. He explores the critical link between attitude and leadership, arguing that a positive, growth-oriented attitude is essential for motivating others, fostering collaboration, and achieving meaningful results. Schwartz provides practical insights into how individuals can develop an attitude that not only fuels their own success but also helps them lead others effectively. The role of attitude in success. Schwartz begins by establishing the importance of attitude in determining an individual's overall success. He argues that attitude is the single most influential factor in shaping a person's outcomes, often more important than their skills, education, or experience. While talent is valuable, it is a person's mindset, their attitude, that ultimately determines whether they will rise to the occasion and achieve great things. A positive attitude enables individuals to tackle challenges head-on, remain resilient in the face of setbacks, and inspire others to join them in their mission. On the other hand, a negative attitude breeds doubt, fear, and complacency, all of which hinder progress. Schwartz asserts that people with positive attitudes see opportunities where others see obstacles. They approach problems with creativity, optimism, and determination, which ultimately leads to success. The key takeaway is that attitude is a choice. Schwartz stresses that we have the power to shape our attitudes every day. No one is born with a bad attitude, it's the result of learned habits, thoughts, and beliefs. By consciously choosing to adopt a positive attitude, anyone can change their circumstances and elevate their performance in every area of life. How attitude shapes leadership. Schwartz devotes a large portion of this section to leadership and the vital role that attitude plays in effective leadership. He explains that leadership is not about authority or position, but about influence. The best leaders are those who inspire and motivate others through their attitude, actions, and vision. Leadership is an act of service, where the leader works for the good of the group, fosters collaboration, and brings out the best in others. A positive attitude is the foundation of effective leadership. Leaders who maintain a positive attitude create an environment of trust, respect, and enthusiasm. They encourage those around them to take ownership of their work, contribute their ideas, and strive for excellence. A leader's attitude sets the tone for the entire team or organization. If the leader is confident, optimistic, and focused on solutions, the team will mirror those behaviors. Conversely, a leader who exhibits negativity, doubt, or frustration can demoralize a team, leading to decreased productivity and engagement. Schwartz emphasizes that attitude is contagious, and leaders must be aware of how their attitudes affect those they lead. A leader must consistently demonstrate a positive attitude, even in challenging situations. This requires self-discipline and a commitment to maintaining an optimistic outlook, regardless of external circumstances. Developing a leadership mindset. For individuals aspiring to be leaders, Schwartz provides several strategies for developing a leadership mindset. He argues that leadership is a skill that can be cultivated through intentional effort and the development of certain habits. One key habit is having a vision. Leaders are not just focused on the present, they are always thinking about the future. They have a clear, compelling vision of what they want to achieve, and they inspire others to join them in bringing that vision to life. Schwartz suggests that leaders must regularly visualize their goals and communicate their vision to their team in a way that excites and motivates them. Schwartz also discusses the importance of confidence in leadership. A leader who exudes confidence instills confidence in others. This confidence is not about arrogance or ego, but about having a deep belief in one's ability to achieve goals, overcome challenges, and lead others to success. A confident leader is decisive, calm under pressure, and able to inspire others to follow their example. Another critical trait of effective leaders is their willingness to serve others. Schwartz notes that true leadership is not about exercising control or authority, it's about being of service to others. The best leaders put the needs of their team members first and work tirelessly to ensure the team's success. They understand that leadership is about empowerment, and they strive to make others feel valued, appreciated, and capable of achieving their goals. The importance of a positive attitude in leadership situations. Schwartz further explores how a positive attitude can be a game-changer in leadership situations. He gives the example of leaders who faced seemingly insurmountable obstacles but managed to turn their situations around through their attitude. One example he uses is the story of a business leader who inherited a struggling company. Rather than giving in to despair or negativity, the leader maintained a positive outlook, set ambitious goals, and motivated the team to work together toward the company's revival. Through determination, vision, and a belief that success was possible, the company not only survived but thrived. Schwartz explains that in leadership situations, challenges and setbacks are inevitable. The true test of leadership comes not in how a leader reacts to success, but in how they respond to adversity. A leader with a positive attitude will remain focused on solutions, even when things go wrong, while a leader with a negative attitude may be quick to blame others or give up. In difficult times, it's the leader's attitude that will determine the mood and energy of the entire team. Attitude and relationship building. Building strong relationships is another essential component of effective leadership. Schwartz discusses how attitude plays a pivotal role in relationship building. Leaders must foster relationships based on trust, respect, and mutual understanding. A leader who exhibits a positive attitude is approachable, open-minded, and empathetic, all qualities that help build strong, lasting relationships. Schwartz emphasizes the importance of treating others with dignity and respect. Leaders who show a genuine interest in their team members' well-being, listen to their concerns, and recognize their contributions are far more likely to earn the loyalty and dedication of those they lead. Building a strong team dynamic requires a leader to consistently model positive behaviors and attitudes, creating an environment where everyone feels supported and valued. Additionally, Schwartz explains that a leader's attitude also influences their ability to resolve conflicts. A positive, solution-oriented attitude helps leaders navigate difficult conversations, mediate disputes, and find common ground. When a leader approaches conflict with an open mind and a positive outlook, they can turn disagreements into opportunities for growth and collaboration. The power of praise and recognition. One of the most powerful tools for building morale and motivating others is praise and recognition. Schwartz argues that recognizing the achievements of others is a key leadership trait that builds trust and fosters motivation. People want to feel appreciated for their contributions, and leaders who make a habit of offering genuine praise and recognition create an environment of positivity and high performance. Schwartz explains that recognition is not just about rewarding accomplishments, it's about acknowledging effort, progress, and potential. A leader who praises effort encourages a growth mindset, where team members are motivated to improve, learn, and take on new challenges. This approach fosters a culture of continuous improvement, where everyone strives to be better and to contribute to the overall success of the team. Part 5, Relationships and Influence. In Part 5, Relationships and Influence, Dr. David J. Schwartz delves into one of the most powerful and essential aspects of personal and professional success, the ability to build meaningful relationships and positively influence others. Schwartz asserts that success in life, whether in business, personal matters, or social interactions, depends heavily on one's ability to influence people and develop strong, positive relationships. The section explores how individuals can hone their interpersonal skills, connect with others on a deeper level, and use their influence ethically to achieve mutually beneficial outcomes. The importance of building relationships. Schwartz starts by laying the foundation that the most successful individuals are often those who can build meaningful relationships with others. He points out that no one achieves great success alone, collaboration is key, and relationships are at the heart of any successful collaboration. Whether it's networking, teamwork, or customer relationships, people who know how to engage with others effectively often rise to the top in their respective fields. In the modern world, interpersonal relationships are crucial in almost every area of life. At work, you need to influence colleagues, managers, and clients to achieve your goals. In social and personal contexts, you build strong bonds with friends, family, and acquaintances, all of which contribute to your overall well-being and sense of fulfillment. Schwartz argues that by developing the right mindset and practical skills, anyone can improve their ability to form genuine relationships that lead to both personal and professional growth. Schwartz acknowledges that people are often afraid to invest time and effort into building relationships because they fear rejection, failure, or coming across as insincere. However, he stresses that these fears are not valid. The key to successful relationships is understanding others, showing empathy, and being genuinely interested in their well-being. As Schwartz explains, authentic relationships are the foundation of influence. The power of influence. One of the central themes of this section is the idea of influence, the ability to shape the thoughts, actions, and decisions of others. Schwartz emphasizes that influence is not about manipulation or control, rather, it is about creating an atmosphere in which others willingly choose to align with your ideas, goals, and objectives. Influence is an essential skill for anyone who wants to succeed, whether they are in business, leadership, or personal development. Influence is rooted in trust and respect. People are more likely to be influenced by those they trust, and trust is earned over time through consistency, integrity, and demonstrating value to others. Schwartz notes that leaders, salespeople, and those in managerial roles are often required to exert influence to persuade others to take action, make decisions, or follow certain courses of behavior. However, Schwartz is careful to differentiate between ethical influence, based on mutual benefit, and manipulative influence that is selfish and only aimed at achieving personal goals at the expense of others. He goes on to explain that effective influence starts with understanding others. People are much more likely to follow someone who shows interest in their needs, desires, and concerns. In other words, influence begins with empathy. By learning to understand the motivations, emotions, and perspectives of others, you can build rapport, foster trust, and shape interactions in a way that is beneficial to all parties involved. Techniques for building influence. Schwartz offers several practical techniques for building influence, which he describes as key tools for those seeking to improve their relationships and increase their ability to positively impact others. Some of these techniques include active listening. Schwartz stresses the importance of listening actively to others. In conversations, it's easy to become preoccupied with what you want to say next or to focus only on your own agenda. However, Schwartz suggests that by truly listening to others, showing genuine interest in their words, feelings, and opinions, you can establish a much deeper connection. Active listening fosters a sense of validation and respect, which lays the foundation for building influence. Ask questions. One of the most powerful ways to connect with others is by asking insightful questions. This not only demonstrates your interest in the other person, but it also allows you to learn more about their needs, thoughts, and preferences. When you ask the right questions, you also guide the conversation toward topics that can benefit both parties. Schwartz suggests that people who know how to ask the right questions are often seen as more thoughtful, considerate, and influential. Give compliments and praise. Genuine praise is a simple but effective way to build relationships and influence others. Everyone appreciates being recognized for their efforts and contributions. However, Schwartz points out that insincere praise can backfire. It's essential to offer compliments that are authentic and specific. This reinforces the behavior or trait that you admire, which helps to create a deeper connection and influence. Be sincere and authentic. Influence thrives on authenticity. Schwartz explains that people can quickly detect when someone is being fake or insincere. If your words and actions don't align, or if you are not genuinely interested in others, your ability to influence will be severely limited. To build meaningful influence, it's important to be yourself, to engage with others in an honest and transparent manner. Focus on solutions, not problems. When you engage with others, especially in conflict situations or when challenges arise, Schwartz recommends focusing on solutions rather than dwelling on problems. A positive, solution-oriented approach encourages collaboration and fosters trust. Instead of pointing fingers or assigning blame, leaders and influencers focus on how to move forward and resolve issues, which strengthens relationships and encourages others to take constructive action. The influence of body language and nonverbal communication. Schwartz discusses the crucial role that nonverbal communication plays in relationships and influence. Our body language, tone of voice, and facial expressions send powerful messages that often speak louder than words. He explains that people tend to mirror the body language and tone of those around them, so when you communicate with openness, warmth, and confidence, others are likely to respond in kind. Positive body language, such as maintaining eye contact, offering a firm handshake, and standing tall, conveys confidence and trustworthiness, which in turn enhances your influence. Schwartz advises that individuals pay attention to their own body language and be mindful of how they present themselves in social and professional settings. This nonverbal communication often sets the tone for how others perceive you and determines the success of your interactions. The golden rule of influence: be genuinely interested in others. One of the most important principles Schwartz highlights in this section is the golden rule of influence: to be genuinely interested in others. People naturally gravitate toward those who show a sincere interest in them, their goals, and their needs. When you invest time in others, by listening attentively, asking meaningful questions, and offering support, you create a bond of trust and goodwill that greatly enhances your ability to influence them. Schwartz emphasizes that this principle isn't about manipulation or self-interest. Instead, it's about authentic engagement. When you care about others and seek to build a relationship based on mutual respect and understanding, the influence you have will be genuine and lasting. Building long-term influence through consistency. Another important aspect of influence is consistency. Schwartz explains that influence is built over time, and it requires consistent behavior and actions. People are more likely to trust and follow someone whose actions are predictable and consistent. If you want to be a positive influence on others, it's important to follow through on your promises, maintain your integrity, and demonstrate a reliable and trustworthy character. In relationships, trust is the cornerstone of influence. If people can rely on you to act in their best interests, follow through on commitments, and treat them with respect, your influence will continue to grow. On the other hand, inconsistency, broken promises, and unreliable behavior erode trust and weaken your ability to influence others. Part 6, Take Action for Success. In Part 6, Take Action for Success, Dr. David J. Schwartz emphasizes that the difference between people who dream of success and those who actually achieve it lies in action. Schwartz argues that thinking big and maintaining a positive attitude are essential, but it is only through consistent, purposeful action that an individual can translate those thoughts into tangible success. He stresses that many people fail to reach their goals not because they lack potential but because they fail to act decisively and consistently. This section is dedicated to empowering readers to take the necessary steps toward realizing their ambitions. Schwartz provides practical advice on how to break through procrastination, develop an action-oriented mindset, and maintain focus despite obstacles. He firmly believes that success belongs to those who act, not to those who simply wait for things to happen or hope for luck. The importance of action. Schwartz opens by stressing the critical importance of taking action. He explains that many individuals spend too much time thinking, planning, and dreaming about success without ever taking the steps necessary to make their dreams a reality. Ideas are valuable, but without action, they remain just that, ideas. Schwartz makes the point that while great thinkers and planners are important in the world, it is the people who act on their ideas that create lasting change and achieve success. Schwartz argues that action creates momentum, and momentum is one of the most powerful forces in achieving success. Once you take the first step, the next steps often come easier. Conversely, inaction leads to stagnation, where opportunities slip by, and progress becomes difficult. The key is to make the decision to act, no matter how small the action may seem. Overcoming procrastination. One of the most common barriers to success is procrastination. Schwartz identifies procrastination as the silent killer of progress. He discusses the various reasons people procrastinate, such as fear of failure, lack of confidence, or perfectionism. Fear of making mistakes can paralyze people into inaction, leading them to delay or avoid decisions altogether. To combat procrastination, Schwartz suggests a psychological shift. Instead of waiting for perfect conditions or ideal circumstances, you should start acting with whatever resources you currently have. He introduces the concept of the 5-minute rule, the idea that if you can commit to working on a task for just 5 minutes, you will likely find yourself becoming more engaged and motivated, which leads to longer and more productive work sessions. Another tactic Schwartz advises is to divide large tasks into smaller, manageable steps. This makes the process less overwhelming and helps individuals avoid the feeling of being stuck. By focusing on the next step rather than the entire project, individuals can gradually build momentum and move closer to their goals. Turning ideas into action. Schwartz emphasizes that many people have great ideas, but they struggle to turn those ideas into concrete actions. One of the keys to success, he says, is to take immediate action as soon as an idea comes to mind. The longer you wait to act on an idea, the less likely it is to materialize. He urges readers to embrace the habit of starting now, taking the first step without delay. He also provides a useful framework for action planning, which includes clearly defining your goals. Knowing exactly what you want to achieve is the first step toward making progress. Breaking down goals into actionable steps. Once you've identified your goals, break them down into smaller, achievable tasks. These tasks should be specific and time-bound, making it easier to track progress. Setting deadlines. Schwartz stresses the importance of setting realistic deadlines for each task. Deadlines create a sense of urgency and help maintain focus. Committing to the plan, taking consistent action, even when faced with difficulties, is crucial for success. Commitment to the plan ensures that you stay on course, even when challenges arise. Schwartz suggests that people who succeed do so by continuously moving forward and taking steps toward their goals every single day, no matter how small those steps may seem. Overcoming fear and self-doubt. Another obstacle to action is fear, especially the fear of failure. Schwartz explains that fear is a natural part of the human experience, but it is also one of the greatest inhibitors of action. Many people hesitate to take the necessary steps towards success because they fear making mistakes or failing. He emphasizes that the key to overcoming fear is to take action despite it. The more you act in the face of fear, the more you diminish its power over you. Fear, according to Schwartz, often arises from the unknown and is often exaggerated by our minds. By taking action, you begin to demystify the fear and reduce its impact. Additionally, Schwartz points out that self-doubt can prevent people from taking the steps required for success. He stresses that everyone experiences moments of uncertainty, but successful people don't let doubt hold them back. Instead, they take action regardless of their doubts and learn from their mistakes along the way. Success is a process, not a destination, and it often involves trial and error. The role of persistence in success. Persistence is another key factor in taking action. Schwartz explains that the journey toward success is rarely smooth, and setbacks are inevitable. Persistence means continuing to move forward, even when faced with obstacles or failures. He argues that persistence is a habit that can be developed over time, and it often makes the difference between success and failure. He cites numerous examples of people who achieved success not because they were the most talented, but because they refused to give up. In many cases, those who succeed do so simply by persisting longer than others. Schwartz stresses that quitting too soon is one of the most common reasons people fail to reach their goals. By making a commitment to never give up, individuals can overcome challenges and eventually achieve their desired outcomes. Developing an action-oriented mindset. Schwartz encourages readers to develop an action-oriented mindset, one that is constantly seeking opportunities for movement, progress, and growth. He argues that the most successful people are those who are always looking for ways to take action. This doesn't mean rushing into decisions or acting impulsively, but rather approaching life with a sense of purpose and intention. To cultivate an action-oriented mindset, Schwartz recommends practicing the following. Positive self-talk. Replace negative thoughts like, "I can't do this," with empowering statements like, "I am capable of figuring this out." Visualizing success. Imagine yourself already succeeding in your endeavors. This mental practice helps reinforce your commitment to taking action. Eliminating excuses. People often create excuses to avoid taking action, such as waiting for the right time. Schwartz advises eliminating these excuses and committing to act, even if conditions aren't perfect. By consistently practicing these habits, individuals can develop a mindset that is not only goal-oriented but also capable of sustaining the motivation needed to take decisive action. The power of consistency and discipline. Schwartz also emphasizes the importance of consistency in taking action. He points out that taking action once or twice is not enough to achieve lasting success. It is consistent action, day in and day out, that leads to results. People who succeed are those who maintain their effort and discipline over time, even when the going gets tough. He suggests that consistency requires self-discipline, the ability to stick to a course of action even when it's difficult or inconvenient. Successful people develop strong habits that keep them moving forward, even when motivation wanes. They understand that success is a long-term process, and they are willing to do the work, day after day. Schwartz also discusses the role of time management in achieving success. By managing your time effectively and avoiding distractions, you can ensure that you are consistently moving closer to your goals. Prioritizing important tasks, setting clear boundaries, and avoiding time-wasting activities all contribute to consistent progress. Celebrating progress and learning from setbacks. Finally, Schwartz discusses the importance of celebrating your progress. While it's essential to stay focused on your long-term goals, it's equally important to acknowledge and celebrate small wins along the way. Recognizing progress, even in small increments, boosts morale and reinforces your commitment to success. At the same time, Schwartz advises that setbacks should be seen as learning experiences, not as failures. He encourages readers to reflect on mistakes and learn from them rather than being discouraged. By taking action, learning, and adapting, you ensure continuous improvement and long-term success. As we wrap up our journey through the magic of thinking big, we are reminded of the transformative power of thinking beyond our immediate circumstances and taking decisive action toward our goals. Dr. David J. Schwartz's powerful message encourages us to break free from limiting beliefs, overcome procrastination, and build a mindset that embraces possibility in action. Success, as Schwartz emphasizes, is not a result of mere talent but the consistent effort to think big and act on those thoughts. Believing in our ability to achieve greatness, stepping out of our comfort zones, and consistently moving forward, no matter the challenges, are the pillars on which we can build lasting success. The core principles of this book, including believing in yourself, taking action, and building meaningful relationships, resonate deeply within the context of personal and professional growth. Whether you're striving for success in your career, improving your relationships, or simply aiming to live a more fulfilling life, the tools and strategies shared by Schwartz provide a roadmap for anyone committed to their vision. At Mindful Audio, we believe that these insights can spark profound transformations. Our channel is dedicated to delivering thought-provoking and motivational audiobooks, designed to fuel your mind and inspire positive change. By bringing you summaries and in-depth discussions of books like The Magic of Thinking Big, we hope to empower you to take the first step towards achieving your biggest dreams. Whether you're looking to boost your confidence, improve your relationships, or take more consistent action, these timeless lessons can guide your journey. As you move forward, remember that thinking big is the first step, but it is action, driven by consistency, persistence, and belief, that ultimately determines the path to success. So, let this knowledge be the spark that ignites your transformation, and know that the power to achieve greatness is already within you. Thank you for tuning in to Mindful Audio. Keep learning, keep growing, and always think big.